Hello, everyone!
Hi!
Welcome to Board Game House. How is everyone doing? We are back. Let's say hello to everyone.
2023!
I'm going to scroll real quick and say hello to everyone. Hello, Tom. Hello, G. Hello, Kat. Hello, Rennie. Hello, Arliel. Hello, Kelly. Hello, AJ. I think that's everyone's in here so far. How's everyone doing? Also, Arliel, thank you for the resub, and then thank you for gifting us up to Rennie. It's 2023. We're here. We made it.
Thanks, friends. I was just telling how this hair color can go fuck itself, because it took me twice. We're late because it took me twice as long to rinse it than usual, and I had already. I had it one color and I hated it, and I didn't want to come on stream with it. This is in the wrong spot.
Hold on, I will fix the jar.
But it turned out much better. We'll see how much it stains because my hands are green. I looked down at one point and I'm like, oh, look, I'm Alphaba. And it made me really happy.
Hey there, Bill. Yeah, so it is 2023. Obviously, we did not stream all of last month because between PAX and then Megan's show and me having jury duty, then starting a new job.
And then I got the flu.
And my eternal indifference.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Mac.
Jinx.
But yeah, we're gonna do, today we're gonna go through all of the games that we played last year.
Yes.
75 there were, and Megan only didn't play 4 of them.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
For how much just of a kind of shit show last year was for me.
Tom.
But yeah, so a few notes. One, we do this on a app on a website called Pub Meeple, where we just upload a full list of all the games, and then it gives us 2 games and say which one do you prefer, and you pick it, and so you never know what's gonna rank. Like, it does a pretty good job of ranking them, but there are some times where it will rank things against each other. Like, I can't make that choice, or like these things are not even close. I can't compare these because they're different types of games. But we still made our full list.
What was the one that I had that I was like, oh, those are 2 very different games.
You did that several times.
I did. It was great.
I think before we get into that, though, let's talk about PAX, because we usually do a little bit of a rundown. I will say not super, like, there was nothing super crazy happened, except we did kick ass at the Sushi Go golf tournament that Sovereignty had. I don't know if it's still available, but you should definitely go watch that Instagram story that Danny did if you missed it. But yeah, we definitely won. We still need to get a picture of
Mondo.
Yeah. To put next to that.
It was a truly come from behind victory.
Yeah, it did
the
not
first
look
round,
good.
First round, which was our practice round, apparently, I thought it was just another, like, whatever, we kicked ass. And to be fair, it was the 3 of us versus a single person in each one.
Well, there's 4 technically because we had Mondo as well,
right,
as our second.
But it was the second game
Start out rough.
Was real bad. We didn't really kick ass until the last game. The last game is where we did really well and everybody else did really bad.
But I tell you what, Grant and Danny had some shit
Hi,
talk
Sonny.
that they were tossing out there.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Hey, Sonny. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun at PAX. I'm going to announce it here. If you missed it on the stream that we did with Ray in her hotel room,
okay.
I do have a new job. I now work for CGE doing sales and distribution here in North America. Doesn't really mean anything for the stream beyond the fact that I will be doing some traveling, so there may be some off weeks if I'm out and Megan and Derek are busy or whatever. So just keep your eye on our socials. Speaking of that, all month we're all 3 here, and we have a full schedule.
Yeah, Megan fucked it up.
I did. Friday I have teacher training. I only have 2 more months of it, and then I'm free as a bird.
It doesn't help that we put a schedule together and then you were specifically asked, do you have anything? And I even looked at your schedule and I was like, oh, she doesn't have anything.
How would you look at my schedule?
You sent it to me. Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen on Friday, but Monday, Curse of Strahd. Speaking of Curse of Strahd, we found a new background music app while we were at PAX.
We're still talking about PAX.
And it is called Pocket Bard. It is available fully on Android from the Google Play Store. But if you have an iPhone, you have to get an app.
Test.
You have to get Flight Test, and then, well, no, because if you have an iPhone and you're doing from the App Store, you're not going to be able to get it. Because you have to have an invitation code to get into Flight Test to do it.
But you can do it by going to their website.
Maybe. You might be able to go to the Pocket Bard website to get a link. But yeah, we're going to be using Pocket Bard. It is absolutely fantastic. It's very customizable in a way where you don't have to click a bunch of buttons and pay attention to it. So that should be better for Curse of Strahd going forward, for all of our D&D going forward. Also, I got a bunch of D&D books for Christmas, and I'm really excited to do all of them. We also saw really nice, it was nicer wood than like balsa wood, but like they were ships that were magnetically, you could do them, and I have to have one. But yeah, I mean, while we didn't do a whole lot at PAX for the stream, PAX was much bigger this year than it has been previously.
Yes, that is very true.
Well, Meta just reminded me of something.
Gregos!
Why am I not hearing our...
I don't know. Why is this not going ding dong?
Meta reminded me, something else happened at PAX, Derek, that you may want to talk about.
Oh,
yeah! Your boy's a Scottish lord now. I own I own a piece of property in Scotland that I can sleep on, and I am a Scottish lord.
They can hear the ding dong, so.
King, the king signed the document. I am going to get Lord put on my driver's license the next time I renew my driver's license. It's fantastic, honestly.
It was a spectacle.
There was a presentation. I was tipsy. There was a dagger involved. There were also bagpipes, kind of. There were tears. I cried quite a bit. It was great.
I wish I had brought the bagpipe thing.
No.
We could take a wicked
See,
whiz on
that's
your
what I
land.
want, though. I didn't know if it was, like, overstepping for me to just message you and be like, hey, can you go to Peoples County and fucking find my plot of land up on that hill? But, you know.
We found out that, I'm just going to throw Ray under the bus here. So a practice bagpipe was purchased, but just, like, the end part of it, not the full, like, bag.
They were bagless bagpipes.
And she put it together. And we found out
this is a woman who claims to know how to play the bassoon.
We found out later that she put it together wrong. She was sticking the reed in the end of it and just playing through the reed, and we found out later that the reed goes inside.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a Scottish lord. It's pretty great.
They can hear it.
There was a whole presentation.
No, but I want us to hear it.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Is it just turned way down over there?
No, because we could hear the music before the stream started.
Oh man.
I put it in a placard, the piece of paper. And it was great.
But yeah, so
no, it's nice. It's nice. Fuck you. It's nice.
All right.
Hey, our hype train is at 69%.
Nice.
We also got to do a VIP event for a new
Yes.
game called Heroes of Barcadia. You might have saw Wacky Tabaxi play it last week.
AJ sent me the recipe for that
Yes!
for that drink.
But it was it was so much fun.
Okay, but listen,
we're gonna get it.
I want to take a minute to talk about this event because number one, it was only their second event that they've ever done. The first one was at PAX at the same board game bar where they were celebrating their Kickstarter success.
They launched the Kickstarter.
They launched the Kickstarter there. So coming back to this place, they had a full game set out at each table. Everybody kind of came together. Here is the key thing. Here's a Barcadia is technically a drinking game. Okay, you drink as your HP goes down, etc. However, they did such a phenomenal job about having options for non-drinkers at this event that not a single person would have felt left out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Being a part of it because they had the mocktails that were the same as the other drinks, just minus the alcohol, and it was such a phenomenal event.
Oh, but no, that bloodbath though. I've been dreaming about it since. So that one was at the Queen and Rook.
No, Queen and Rook is the one that we went.
That was
with
the other.
Michael, yeah.
with Michael. Yeah,
This was.
I cannot remember where this one was. Hang on.
Huh.
Oh no.
Hang on.
Anyway,
It's one word.
if you are ever in Philly, there's a couple of really great board game bars.
We didn't get the merge juice.
That was not one of the options.
There's two great board game bars. One of them was called the Queen and Rook, which was owned by this really awesome guy. What is his name, Derek? It is escaping me.
Edward.
Who I guess makes a really good smoked old fashioned.
Oh my God! So Michael from 3WS.
Thirsty Dice.
Thirsty Dice. That is the bar that we went to, the board game bar. It was great. They had great drinks, great food. But Queen and Rook is owned by Edward and Michael from 3WS, who we have not played any of 3WS's games on the stream, but they're a-coming.
They're coming.
Michael was absolutely fantastic. He invited us to come down and hang out with him and his crew at Queen and Rook, and we got there. They were so nice. We got to play test some stuff. We got to chat. It was fantastic. But this old-fashioned that they had, it's a custom old-fashioned. The owner of the place made it himself. They brought it out, and they brought it out with a cedar board that they set on top of the glass, and they had drilled out a hole, and they filled it. It's a smoked old-fashioned, but they used the actual cedar block that they got was so unique and so delicious. It was incredible.
The cedar shavings were in like this little hole, and then they came by with a little torch and smoked it for you right at the table. So like the bar itself smelled like
Christmas.
It was.
But that's the best old fashioned I've ever had.
Derek, what you're telling me is that you like the taste of wood.
No.
Hey, time roller. This joke.
What else did we do? We had a couple of meetings. They weren't incredibly productive. We didn't even buy that much.
No.
did not.
The least we brought home from a convention in a long time.
Yes, it was.
Which is fine.
We were there a lot more for friends and fellowship than really anything else.
We have literally over 400 games now.
Yeah, because you just got a huge ass shipment of CGE games.
I kind of want to go get the one game.
No. But yeah, that was PAX. That was our time at Philadelphia. The drive home with Felix was great. We talked about a lot. We got a lot of plans for the new year. We want to be even better. That's always our goal, to be better, to do better. And we're gonna try to do that. But I guess we jump into instead of looking forward, we're gonna look back
Oh, look at that transition, Derek. So, like I said, we ranked all the games that we played, whether we played them on stream or if we played some of them off stream.
We play all of these games. All of these games we played on camera in some way.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
No,
Technically, yes. Because I did take video and pictures and post them.
That's
Technically.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. There's one game on here that we did not play on camera.
Yeah. It's
I
fine.
wouldn't say technically, but we've talked about it. There's not a single game on here that you all have not heard about.
The other thing I want to mention is that we have some games. We have a lot of games on here that we actually only ever played on Sovereignty.
Yes.
If you like Sovereignty, we'll be getting a new code for that very, very shortly. But
Sweet.
I keep forgetting. I need to email Danny to get that taken care of. All right. So we're gonna start at the bottom with 75, and then work our way up.
I just want to say that I always feel so bad when we do this for the bottom games because there wasn't really a game that I didn't like, and I just want to point that out before we get started.
That's the other thing. Is like it's
You know, I don't want to cut you off, but I agree. I would say last year, the 2021 look back, there were a couple games that I would not play again. And I don't think that there is one on here that I wouldn't.
sure.
There's one game on here that I wouldn't play again.
Now I'm curious which one it is, but okay. All right. So ready? Starting at the bottom, and we'll talk about these ones a little bit as we go. So
I do have to make the Paragon chat dialogue choice because I spent so long doing this thing in the car, going, I feel bad for this game that I keep picking the other ones.
So starting at the bottom, we have mouse, cheese,
cat, cucumber.
It's on Sovereignty.
It's on Sovereignty.
We played it with Seppi, who's the creator of the game.
Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza is not on here. I'm just saying. Continue.
And honestly, this game, I understand why it's low on the list, but I didn't hate it while we played it. I think my biggest gripe about it was that it could potentially last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. But yeah, so that's the one where you're like you're playing different roles and you're trying to accomplish your mission.
You're just like flipping the tiles around.
It's a fun game. But yeah, like I said, it was just, you understand, like when this thing is done, it is comparing games to each other. So it's just, if we had this versus another game, we'd rather play the other game slightly more.
There are also games that get put up against each other that you're like, that's not even in the same realm.
That's not fair. That's viticulture versus tricky dicks.
Like, literally.
I'm pretty sure I had that option at some point.
But then next up from that is Hostile Hoarders, which was a Kickstarter that we did for Geek On. Drake's Riches was another Kickstarter that we did. Squirrel Die is another one's on Sovereignty. Sail Away is a game we picked up at Ollie's. It was a cheap game, so that's why we picked it up. It's not that it's a bad game.
The components for Sail Away are great. I think it's just a forgettable game.
I will say a lot of my choices had to do with whether or not I remembered the game or not. Some of them I asked what they were, and some of them I was like, if it's that forgettable, I'm going to choose the other option.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Then we have Dragons vs. Unicorn. Again, Dragons vs. Unicorn, Dragon's Riches, Hostile Hoarders, they're all games we played on stream as part of Kickstarters. They're all really good games. But I think the reason why, at least for me personally, they're a little bit lower on my list is that they are in the realm of a simpler card game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And as
we
a
are
general
not simple
rule,
card game people.
I'm not a simple card game person. And that's why. It's not that they're bad games, it's just if I had the choice between that and something else, I was going to choose something else.
Right.
Going up from there, we have Tricky Dicks, which is the Richard Measuring Contest game.
I think it's hilarious. It's too simple.
I think it's funny that Tricky Dicks is number 69.
I didn't realize that.
I spent spent so long making these graphics and I didn't even realize.
Welcome back to the shitpost of the internet.
Also, I like that that's the one that brings Kayla out of lurking.
Out of the lurk. That's what brings Kayla out.
Oh, man.
Hi, Kayla.
Tricky Dicks, Funko vs. Peter Pan is 68. And here's the reason why. Megan didn't play. It was just Steven and I that played Peter Pan. The reason it's 68, because I'm pretty sure that Universal Monster, okay, well, it's not super high up there, but Peter Pan is lower because you and I had a good time playing those Funkoverse games.
Sure.
We were surprised. The reason this one's so low is because Universal Monsters was so much better than Peter Pan. It didn't make sense to me.
For some, like, it's the same game, it's the same concept, but I think for some reason the monsters' powers were better than Hook's and Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I could hear you say it. Like I can hear her say it, which made it better.
Oddly enough, that's one of the few games on this list that she's actually played.
I know.
Next up on that list is Unearthed.
One of my favorite games that I've picked up on a whim. I'm very upset that it's so low.
Unearth is the dice one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of those things where it's not that it's a bad game. It's just I think when I was comparing it, I kept comparing it to other games.
Sure.
And so it just got pushed down the list.
I had
Is
it
it
at
the one with the runes or the dice?
the dice.
That's the
and
dice.
you have to build the buildings.
Okay.
And you have the little guys.
Because there's the one with the runes, but I don't think that
No,
one's
we
on
didn't-
here.
we
I
didn't
don't
play
think we
that
played
one.
it
That-
last year because that one would have been.
That is Call to Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unearth, they're both from Brotherwise.
Is I knew they were both from
Yeah.
Brotherwise.
Unearth, I had it 23. To be fair, I had it at 23, and both of them had it in the 50s. So that's why it got skewed. I'm just pointing it out.
And then at 66, we have Glitch Squad, which is another Kickstarter we played. We don't have the actual published copy yet. We'll probably get that this year. We'll play it again.
We talked to Max at PAX. He said they were on a boat.
Yes.
For that one?
Glitch Squad is on a boat.
I think Glitch Squad is on a boat.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully we'll be having that soon. But yeah, it's a great game. It was just for me, for the reason why I think it was so low for my list personally, is just of all the Resident Evil games, it was kind of more of a simple game, and I like the complexity sometimes that they put within their games, even when they are.
Side note, real fast, because I am super ADHD today. We need to show our PAX haul what we did get, the things that we did get, mostly because I want to show my dice. But that's beside the point. Continue at the end after everything.
Do you know where all that stuff is? Some of that stuff you guys took to your house.
No. All the stuff that we bought.
The only things that he brought back to the house.
Right. All the stuff that we bought's here. Glitch Squad, for me, Glitch Squad, I enjoyed Glitch Squad. The reason it was low for me was because you have to have 4 players. I don't like I don't like when you have to have a certain number of people to play a game.
Glitch Squad is very, very cute.
All right. Ready to go to the next one?
Yeah.
At 65, right above that, is Phantom Inc.
Phantom Inc.
Is another one. You have to have a certain number of people to play, and it's unfortunate.
We don't have that number of people.
Yeah.
We don't have friends.
Oh, but here's something fun about Phantom
You
Inc.
are our friends.
We have Max gave us
the window cling.
The window cling, so that when next time we play Phantom Inc. on the stream, we're gonna have it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the one that they have
fill the whole
at
table.
conventions to play on. So that's
I'm very
cool.
excited about it.
And then right above that is Dungeon Drop. This is one of those games that, and I'm the one that kind of drove this down the most on this one. For me,
Clinging.
there is just, it's almost too simple and too much of a chance game.
But you don't like dexterity-based games in general.
I guess it's not my favorite mechanic.
I don't know if I would choose it to be a dexterity-based game either.
Although it is technically a little bit. Above that, we have Gimme That, which was from...
We played that one time, like sort of offhand at the end of a stream.
One time, and it was very fun.
Yeah.
Although I think we were playing it wrong.
We were playing it
Probably.
wrong. We were playing it wrong. Of course we were.
How were we playing it wrong?
You're not supposed to. When you take the pencil, is different.
Yeah, you're supposed. You're like the people that are not writing are supposed to only roll once. You roll once and then pass the dice.
Who knows?
Anyways, it's still a lot of fun. It's by Dolphin Hat. Same people who make Taco Cat Goji's Pizza. They're known for their chaos games.
And also great people. They know us every time we see them at a convention. Mm-hmm. They give us something every time we see it at a convention.
This time we got the
somehow
Christmas version of Taco Cat Goji's Pizza.
And I got the narwhal pin. Fish!
What up, rat bastard?
That's okay. Please be full of sass. I've missed sass.
And then Universal Monsters, the other Funkoverse.
I didn't play this one.
Yeah, Steve and I played it. I enjoyed it. I would get more of these games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, I think it's down lower because one, Megan didn't play it, so it was only it was divided by 2, not 3.
Yep.
And again, it's just that whole comparing to other games above it on the list.
Yes.
Next up on that list, are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Cartographers, which is at 61. And this is the first game that is in one of our top 10s.
I don't know why. I really liked Cartographers. It was number 9 for me. It was number 9. It was single digits for me, and it still is down there at 61. But I don't know. I liked it. It doesn't make sense to me. We don't. I think what it was. I think Cartographers is a really great roll and write. Mm-hmm. Or whatever.
It's a flipping right, but yeah.
Whatever. And we don't have any of those. Mm-hmm. So it was a surprising mechanic that I liked this year.
I think that my issue with it was that I only got to play it one time. And I'm a person who sometimes needs a couple times with a game like that to where I can really get a feel for the mechanics and stuff, because that was the one that I felt like I was just like floundering. Mm-hmm. The whole time.
Next up on that list is Pictomania, which is from CGE.
Which we played for the first time at PAX.
Yes.
With Ray on the CGE stream.
Yes. And it was chaos.
It's a chaos drawing game.
I don't expect us to be... If it weren't for the fact that it was Ray, we would never be allowed on CGE stream. Rachel is the only reason we're allowed on CGE stream.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. It's a simple drawing game, but you have to do it quickly. I think also, didn't Ray mess up the cards on the last one for the chat so they didn't know what it was?
Technically, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
But we fixed it. We told him what it was.
Above that is Kabuto Sumo. This is one of the ones from Tabletop
Board Game Tables.
BoardGameTables.com, which just changed their name to something else. I can't remember what it is.
They changed their name?
Yes. They actually finally changed their name to something.
Well, they still do the board game tables.
Yeah.
Board game tea bags?
They still do board game tables. It's just not their main focus anymore.
Diffuse wants an air hug.
Hugs for you. Hugs
Thank you.
For you.
Is it all
play?
I'll play.
Who we giving a hug to the cheeks? To the cheeks, the fish's cheeks.
It has been forever and ever.
I'll play.
Yeah, I'll play. Because
Fish, this is the year that we get to meet in person. I've decided.
You also sent me a TikTok that said, "This is the year you're going to Scotland."
I did. Because it came up on my thing. It was like, if you see this is where you're going. And it came up as Scotland.
I'm going to England. Does that count?
No, but fuck you.
But yeah. So that's Kabuto Sumo. That's the one where you play as little bugs. You have to push other guys off of it. Very cute. Now that is a dexterity game.
Yes.
Above that is Oceans.
Riley wants to know if you're going to see Kotcher.
That is the plan.
Nice.
Because
that's so far away, Fish.
I will be at the UK Game Expo, and I'll probably be landing. Like it's actually in Birmingham, I think it's called, and it's like an hour away from London. So I was probably gonna fly into London.
Birmingham.
I don't know how you say it in English.
Birmingham.
Whatever.
I didn't know that. Waiting for Greggles to pop in and be like, nope.
Well, Greggles also doesn't know how to say it.
But yeah, so that
Oceans.
Oceans.
I'm surprised Oceans is down that low.
it was Derek's number that dragged me
You!
down.
Sorry about it. I prefer Evolution.
Interesting.
Right above that, we have Retrograde.
I am surprised also that Retrograde is down that low. I'm surprised it was down that low on my list. I'm kind of the reason, and I don't know why.
We're playing Retrograde a week from today
Yeah,
on the stream because we got our final copy.
we did. We played it with a friend of mine, and she really liked it. So
So we're playing Retrograde, and then above that we have Studies in Sorcery, which was a game from Weird Draft Games that we got and played.
that was another one that I couldn't remember.
Yeah. But that was kind of even across all of us. You were a little bit lower than Derek and I, which is why I kind of fell to 56. But
No! I saw that name in the chat and was like, who is that? That's really funny. I need to text her and tell her that this person was in our chat.
Sure.
is that my best friend?
Yes.
Fucking big Tweety energy.
Congratulations.
What a
We
choice.
we have a thing where it's the Tweety bird effect. So we just send each other pictures of objects that we find Tweety bird away.
That's funny.
Olympian!
Hi, Olympian!
Yes. You are our BFF. So yeah, that was
more like a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
An absent sugar daddy.
Oh, yeah, thanks so much for that gifted sub,
Thank you
the
for that
big
gifted
Tweety energy.
Last one on this list, Downforce.
That's another one I couldn't remember.
I enjoyed Downforce.
Yeah, it's a kind of simpler racing game where it's card based.
Papa went out for milk months ago.
But yeah, so that is number 55.
Somehow we only saw Olympian one time at PAX.
Yeah, and we're
And
busy.
I don't know how.
I think that Thomas was avoiding us. Next up is a game that just Derek and I played. This is also from Weird Draft Games. It's called Big Easy Busking. We were playing jazz musicians and we had to perform different songs. It is a game where you have to kind of control the energy of your musicians, but also know what songs people want to hear. It's a very compact game, but there is some strategy to it. I had a lot of fun playing it. But yeah, it's just
So here's the weird thing. I'm surprised at how high this was on my list. It was 48 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't stick out to me, but somehow I got up there on the list. I don't know.
Good Lord, fish.
Next up is Galaxy Trucker from CGE. This one was...
I knew this one would be low on your list because I feel like it just stresses you out.
Yeah, this one, I can't.
I love
literally
Galaxy Trucker.
Can't get behind it. I can't. I don't. It's too much.
I love Galaxy Trucker.
I'm bad at it. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
And that's okay. Not every game is going to be for everybody. Anxiety, chaos.
It really is. Next one above that is Cover Your Assets. It's a game we played on Sovereignty First. I bought it, so we have the physical copy now as well. It is where you are all buying for the...
It's like stocks.
Well,
You're
it's
just
assets.
stealing people's stocks.
You're stealing assets from your relatives.
Wait, was that game on here? That
What?
game was not on here.
The stocks game.
The stocks game.
Yeah, you didn't put bear raids on here.
Bear Raids wasn't on here. It would have probably been really low for me because I still don't understand.
Wasn't on. I just went off the screenshots that we posted to Instagram, so I guess it wasn't on there.
Did we not play that this year? Was that last
We
year?
definitely played it this year.
No, we definitely did.
We definitely did.
No, we didn't.
What?
We played it at the end of last year because I picked up at PAX
It was
U
at PAX last year.
and it's one of the first games we played.
I just
right after
remember.
PAX.
I just remember specifically.
That's why I wasn't on.
Thomas
the
coming up to us and being like, telling us how bad that game was.
Going up on the list from there, Carcassonne, classic game. We've had it for a very long time. It's a solid game. It's just there's been so many great games we played over the year that it just got bumped down the list.
I am not a huge fan of Carcassonne. I think it's because I cannot figure out strategy for it. So I guess Carcassonne is my Galaxy Trucker for you.
For me, Carcassonne is a game that I love. It was still low on my list. I think it's genuinely because it's a fallback game for me. We've played it so much, and I've enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But if given the opportunity to play one of the newer games we have, I would choose the newer game. But I love Carcassonne.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, heck, you got Carcassonne Star Wars as a gift one year.
Yep.
Next one up from that is Rise of Tribes.
Hi, Nightbot!
Nightbot, you're drunk. That Kickstarter's over with. Great game, but that Kickstarter's over with.
Great game, and you'll find out why later.
Rise of Tribes.
Rise of Tribes.
How was it the highest on mine when I was like, I genuinely don't fully remember this game?
I don't know, dude.
Like, I know it. Like, I know what it is. I've only played it twice, and I actually do not remember playing it this year.
I mean, it's a solid worker placement.
You may not have played it.
See, that's what I was thinking. I don't think I played it this year.
Was that just you and I, or maybe
No,
Dewey
I
was
think
here?
Dewey was here.
Yeah, I don't think I actually played it this year. So
right above that is Sushi Go Party, which we actually played at PAX. That's where we got this trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I played Sushi Go more this year than I have ever before because of Sovereignty.
I really like Sushi Go Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Sushi, I already like Sushi Go, but like Sushi Go Party is just very solid.
Yes. Next up is Canvas. Sorry. Canvas, because we recently got the expansion to it.
The second expansion. They already kickstarted the third expansion. Canvas, I think it's
This was number 20 on my list, so
it's a unique.
Somebody said they were surprised that Canvas was so low. It was not that low on my list.
Next up above that is Holy. Which is
another game we've only played once.
Yeah, it's the 3-dimensional one where you are throwing paint at each other.
Where did we get that?
Flip it.
Origins?
Oh, yes, I believe so.
I don't remember. Origins.
No, we got it at PAX last year.
Yes, I played it at the beginning of the year.
21, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Origins was a blur for me.
Because we were there for one day.
I know.
But yeah, Holy 3-dimensional game. I want to play it again. I think it was just low because we played it January. Literally a year ago we played it, and we've only played it once. Mm-hmm. I think that's why it's low.
Small World, Days of Wonder game, great game.
You did play Sushi Go.
Where are we at? Sorry.
Mysterium.
No, Small World, great game by Days of Wonder. It's an area control game. Great introductory.
I think this is another one like Carcassonne that we have just played it so much that it's lost its luster.
I would like to get more expansions for it.
Yeah, there's a shitload of expansions, and we have one.
For those of you who weren't at PAX, I just want to take a moment to say how all of our friends are who came to the PGH meetup at the Sovereignty booth.
So we sat down and played a game with everyone.
Literally, the Sovereignty booth for an hour was just us and our people. And like, I'm pretty sure in that time nobody stopped by the booth because it was just full. And I'm pretty proud of that, but also sorry, Sovereignty.
And then above that is Mysterium, and I think the reason why this one fell so low. Oh wow, Derek put this one.
What the hell, man?
I don't know. I don't control the pub meeple.
Yes, you do. Actually, that's literally what you're doing on it.
I don't think the math is right.
But honestly, I think it actually kind of ended up where I kind of feel it should be, because it's another one of those games I feel like we've just played it so much
I loved it. I mean, it was number 22 on my list, so, I mean, it was higher.
We were supposed to be playing a Mysterium adjacent game on Friday.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Hello.
But I was going to segue that into Mysterium has been around for a long time, and I think a lot of people have started using that sort of the style and like the medium, not to throw a pun out there, of Mysterium to do things better or more. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it is sitting in the right spot.
All right, ready to go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Next up, we have Monarch, which is one of our favorite games, if not our favorite game from Resonum.
That's my favorite game from Resonum.
It is kind of the one that introduced us to the Resonum family, and whether you like it or not, it's why Ray is who she is and where she's at now.
It also holds a very, very special place in my heart because it's the very first board game I ever bought for myself.
Yeah.
So.
Great game, just a solid game, but it's another one I think that this is the year of games got bumped down.
Mm-hmm.
It is. A lot of our like solid go-to games did get bumped down because we had some really, really solid new games come out this year.
Next up on the list is another new game that Derek kickstarted.
Ooh, yeah.
Caves of...
Ruinzori.
This was another one that I literally, the amount of times I asked what this game was when we were going through.
What's the other one called? The other cave game?
Subterra.
Subterra? I love Subterra. I think this one did Subterra better.
I genuinely still don't remember it.
And I think that's why this one fell so low for me, is I remember it, but it wasn't memorable. Does that make sense? Like if I played it again, I remember enjoying it, but it wasn't like a stick in your brain.
Sure, but I do think if you haven't seen Caves of Ruinzori, if you can find it somewhere, I would check it out because I do think that it takes that Subterra feel where you're laying tiles to explore a cave but also trying to escape the cave. I think it takes what Subterra did and almost does it better in a more fast-paced, fun way. Where I think Subterra can sometimes get bogged down by decision making, and that doesn't really happen in this one. But I mean, like I liked it.
Next one's another Kickstarter. It's Lost Kingdom Pangea in Pieces. It's another solid area control game based on dinosaurs where it has really cool tile movement mechanic that is...
That's another one that I just, like, I remember it. I know what it is. It just...
There are a lot of
not bad.
There are a lot of dinosaur-themed games.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely believe that this is my favorite dinosaur-themed game because of how... I think the mechanics in Pangea in Pieces are so great in like a diverse way, where you're moving the tiles, where you have to control how many dinosaurs you have, and you're moving them around. I think it's great.
I forgot to put my watch.
I am very upset that Dinosaur World is so much higher than Pangea in Pieces. Is what I'm trying to say. I was trying to dance around it, but I'm just going to say it.
Okay. Next up on the list, we have Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Yeah.
We got the third edition to
21.
it. Again, I think this is just one that has just suffered from we've played it so much at this point that it's a good game. We love the game. It's just we played it a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right above that, we have Altiplano. This is another worker placement, resource management game. I really like this game. I was the highest on this one, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, it's one of those ones where.
Oh.
Do you remember this now?
Yeah. I do remember this one now. I was having a really hard time remembering what the actual mechanics were on this one, and for whatever reason, it just
now clicked.
Just clicked what it is.
When I do this, every single game that comes up, I have it pulled up so I can see it.
Well, like, I was, like, positive. I was like, I know what Altiplano is. And then, like, I'm going through it, and I'm like, maybe I don't know what Altiplano is. It's the one... Okay, let me double-check that I'm correct. It's the one where you have... It's, like, you go around the little different islands, and you collect the, like...
It's the one that has the guy from
and...
Emperor's New Groove in it.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then Evolution is $39. I think that Evolution is...
I think it's a solid place for Evolution.
Yeah, I think it's a really solid game. I do think that Evolution is better than Oceans. I think Oceans tried to do too much, so I do think that Evolutions for me is always going to be above Oceans, even though they have decided to do like expansions and stuff for Oceans and
we do have an expansion for Oceans.
And not Evolution. Whatever. I think Evolution is they got it right the first time.
And then
Century Spice Road. Why is it so low on my list? I really like Century Spice Road.
That's a you thing.
I know.
Basic resource management game, card drafting ish.
I want to play some. I would like to get the Golem edition because I've heard it's even better.
Yeah.
So I want to get a few of those, and we have those luckily at our FLGS here now. So we'll be able to get those at some point.
Right above that is a game that I picked up at
brand new at Gen Con.
Who was it that came up to
Who was it that came up to us? No, it wasn't Greggles.
No, it was,
I can see him. Cannot.
Was it Rocket?
Oh no.
Nope.
It was.
Was it Odin?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Jesus.
I was like, I can see his face, but I cannot think of his screen name right now.
We were having a meeting, and they're like, "You need to play this game." And so
we said, "Okay."
We had like a few minutes. We walked down, and then I went right back after our meeting and bought it. Really fun, tongue-in-cheek game where you're playing as cult leaders, and I think that one got a bump for me, especially because it's a new game.
And we played it with Phil. And
yes.
Phil kicked all of our asses.
Yeah. So, next above that is Splendor. Another solid game.
I have such a soft spot for Splendor. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but I do have a soft spot for Splendor. I want to play the expansion, but it's so expensive.
It's very expensive.
It's so expensive, and
you don't get enough.
Yeah, like I'm okay paying $70-$80 for a game.
Sure.
I just don't feel that there's enough components for me to warrant paying the price of the expansions for
Splendor, another really great game. Splendor, Above and Below, both really great games that we have played too much and have are down on the list.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even that I've played too much. It's just there again, a lot of really good games came out this year, and we played a lot of new games this year that just really stuck.
Next page.
Actually, before we do the next page, I'm going to run a quick ad, just because we still have to do that.
Can I say something about Above and Below real fast before
go for it.
So, I think that where the hell there it is. I think Above and Below is where it is on ours is because every single time that we play it, we always say it's too short.
Yeah.
There aren't enough rounds to truly get into the game. Like by the time you really get going, it's over. Okay, continue. I don't know if they fixed that because we've only played Near and Far one time, and then there's another one that I can't remember the name of.
The problem is that the sequels or whatever you would call them to Above and Below are just completely different than Above and Below. They're in the same universe, but they're different games, and I just think that it would benefit from like 4 extra rounds.
Money for burritos and elaborate inside jokes with friends. Accurate.
So yeah, we're gonna run a quick ad.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see the link until after we get back from the ad. I'm doing this so it doesn't run on its own. So we'll be back here in like 3 minutes. So we'll be right back. If you're a sub, it's not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna go anywhere.
Oh hi.
And also,
Fisha's like dance party.
also Steven lied. It's absolutely 3 minutes. It specifically says when he clicked the button that it's 3 minutes. So
I never started music.
You did not, but I thought it was fine. But we don't need lo-fi. We need happy playlists. I'm telling you, I don't.
No, it's this. Hold on, I can fix this.
Fix it. They can hear it. We can't hear it.
Thrilling stuff.
Give me a thing.
Burger Fine.
That's why.
I don't have my watch on this time, so I can't time it very well.
We are very excited to see what happens in 2023.
30 seconds!
Of what?
Dance party, go!
Oh, shit.
Your phone, do dance party!
You do have a timer going down right there. We can just do it for that.
Shh.
The music's like really slow right now. You're still.
It's still got a beat, it's just low.
It's interpretive dance.
Oh, I guess it's over. It just didn't yell at me. Yeah, it's done. Why didn't...
We have about 1 minute left before we go back to the list.
But I mean, we have talked with several people about the potential of doing Kickstarter videos and stuff, playthroughs on the stream of new games that are going to be coming out in the next year. Plus, we have some new things that we already have that we're going to play. We just want to do as much new material for you guys as possible.
And I want us to, not only do I want us to continue to do Christian Strahd, but I want us to also do some more other D&D and tabletop RPG type content.
Sure.
As well.
I would really, really, really like to restart
Humblewood?
Humblewood.
Hey, you're the DM. You just say the word. We'll make it happen.
I would love to restart Humblewood. Hi, DK! We'll see how my voice holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And we're back.
Yes. While you all were gone, we turned the music on.
But now I'm going to pause the music because Megan needs to sing a song for DK.
Hopefully not go into a coughing fit in the middle of it. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of old lang syne? I have no breath support right now. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll drink a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. Woo!
All right, back to the music.
Woo!
And back to our list. Thank you guys for hanging out. Next up at 34, we have Black Hole Rainbow, which is another game that we played. It was on Kickstarter. Super fun game.
Successfully funded, incredible components, all good stuff.
Holds up a delivery, I guess.
But yeah.
I really, Black Hole Rainbows was another one. I was like, I remember really liking this game, but I cannot remember anything about it. But I knew that I liked it, and I knew that I liked the components to it, so it went up kind of high for me.
Next game.
Actually, it was actually kind of low for me.
Is Key to the Kingdom.
Which is another one that is in a top 10.
Woo! When we sat down and played this at PAX Unplugged in 21, I fucking loved it. It's one of those ones, it's like, what's that game called? Sugar Candy.
Candyland.
Candyland.
I knew you were thinking Candyland.
It's like Candyland, but it's so much better. It's the modern version of those old games that people get stuck on for some reason when you think about board games. And I think that this is an excellent game for kids. It's an excellent introductory game because it has certain mechanics that can lead you into real board games and not just the bullshit. I think Key to the Kingdom is absolutely fantastic, and I put it at number 5. This was my number 5 game of the year, and it is at number 33.
Because your wife's at the complete other end of the spectrum.
It's not that I don't like Key to the Kingdom. I think Key to the Kingdom is very clever. It is very Candyland-esque, and that is probably the reason why it's so low, because...
You have trauma involving Candyland?
No, actually, my parents used to take the cards out that made the game really long, so I don't have trauma with Candyland. I like heavy games. I can't help it. This one, it's a little too light for me. I get a little bored halfway through.
Next up on the list is Broken and Beautiful, the Kitsumi, how do you say that word?
Kitsugi.
Game.
No, Kitsune.
Kitsugi.
No, Kitsune is Overwatch.
It's Kitsugi. It's where you take the broken pots and you put them back together with gold. Let the Kitsune guide you. We've been playing a lot of Overwatch. Not as much as G and Z, but we've been playing a lot.
No, not as much as G, Z, and Steven. Like every time, like literally every day, I see the eyes. I'm like, no, y'all.
I know specifically every day when G is done with his job, and it's at like 9:30. But he at least waits until 1:30 to be like, "Hey, can anybody else play Overwatch with me?"
It is the first snort of 2023.
But yeah, so Broken Beautiful, great game, great components, another Kickstarter. By Left Justified Games.
And Left Justified, they were really... I think
Yes.
Left Justified was really good to us because we had like a 5-minute meeting with the guy at Gen Con or PAX.
I think it was PAX 2021.
At PAX 2021, we had like a 5-minute meeting, and then as soon as he was ready for the Kickstarter, sent us an email, said, "Do you guys want to play?" So I love...
We sent him on, and we interviewed him a
Yeah,
little bit too.
Yeah.
But I love bolstering those relationships because you usually know within 2 minutes if it's a casual meeting or if it's just like, we're doing this and for business reasons. And I like to think that the three of us are pretty good at making people comfortable and being friendly enough to know whether or not we can establish a long-running relationship. And I think that that's what happened. I mean, Resnim, 3WS, all of these people with games that we love are relationships that we have bolstered from very fast meetings one time.
Or a random email sent.
I want to know what rehearsals fiche. I must know. I only have one show that I want to do this year, so...
Megan really doesn't give a shit that we're ranking games.
I am, but I'm distracted really very a lot right now.
Broken and Beautiful was 32. Number 31 is one of my favorite games from this year, and the other two people in the room said fuck off.
39 for me, so...
Haunted Mansion was absolutely incredible, and they brushed it off like they would never play it again. And that's horseshit. And that's horseshit. Haunted Mansion was number 6 for me, and you all were like, nah.
I like Haunted Mansion.
I liked it too. It's simplistic for me.
I had a really good time watching Sam get really upset with Nikki.
You mean to tell me that you liked it, but there were 57 other games that you liked more than Haunted Mansion? That's
the ranking.
Bullshit.
Didn't you just complain not too long ago about how one was really low on your list and you didn't know why?
I don't know, dude. Number 6, Haunted Mansion.
You accidentally got cast in a show?
That's fun. I don't know book club. Obviously, I know Cinderella. And I know the Laramie Project.
All right. After that is Summer Camp,
Where did we get Summer Camp from?
I got Summer Camp for like $7 at Target.
And
And it was a solid game.
And the thing is, like, there's a lot of replayability that we haven't even touched because like you get to choose which of the activities you
Yeah.
want to do that year. Above that is Flourish, which is a really cool card drafting game.
Flourish is one of those games that I enjoyed, even though the mechanics in it aren't something that I typically would have liked.
I auditioned for the bit. I got further than anticipated. I love that.
Flourish is one of those games where it has mechanics that I don't usually get into, but I enjoyed Flourish as a whole.
And it has really good components too, like like the little fences
Yeah.
and the.
And it's another one that, like, I think it was Gen Con.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Couldn't have been.
Well, no, we got it. The thing is, we got it last year, and we just
Yeah.
never played until this year. I think it was Gen Con last year that we got it.
We didn't go to Gen Con last year. Jinx.
Then
It would have had to have been PAX.
yeah.
But, I mean, we just
I
walked,
remember sitting down and playing it.
Yeah, we walked into the booth, and they were like, do you guys want to play a game? We were like, sure. They said the only table we have opened is Flourish. We were like, whatever. And we played it, and we bought it.
Next up on the list is Marvel Dice Throne. This is one that Derek and I got to play. Megan was not here. We played it with Chris and Justin.
Yep.
It is a dice rolling game. I liked it more than Derek did. I think that there's a lot of replayability to it because
My bad.
of the different characters.
I just want my other drink.
Derek, you still have a English that victory in there.
Oh, fantastic. The reason I had Marvel Dice Throne so low wasn't because I didn't like it. It was just meh.
I got told how much I would like it.
I love Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just that the dice component to me, the way that you don't like how luck can factor into a game. I don't like how
Luck factors into that game.
No, it's not even luck necessarily. It's just the possibility of doing so poorly so many times in a row because it's just rolling d6s is too high for me.
So you're telling me I would be terrible.
Yeah, like the amount of turns where there was only one option available to any of us because of how poorly you rolled, to me, brought it way down in the fun category.
What was it that we played with Aaron that was just... I just kept rolling like garbage.
Retrograde.
No, it wasn't retrograde. I won retrograde.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, sounds like luck.
You roll dice. You pair them off. There's the mountain goats. It was mountain goats.
Beer Thralls! Hello, friends!
Beer
The goats. Yes, thank you.
The goats!
Hi, Bear Thralls.
What?
Welcome on in. What
is-
were you playing today?
It is luck. When you roll dice, it is luck. But I feel like there's a difference between, like, luck of drawing the cards or, like, luck of getting what you need as opposed to, here's dice, we're rolling them. Mm-hmm. The dice component is different than a luck component in my eyes.
Next up on the list is Stone Age, which is a classic worker placement. This was number 4 on my list.
I have a funny here.
Oh my god. It's so good.
I have a funny here when we get up to number 25 because
Were we at Stone Age?
So, like... Stone
this
Age
is very clearly one of your favorite games, if not your favorite
It's
game.
one of those games that... it's not necessarily my favorite game. It's that it's a worker placement because I love worker placements. That's my favorite mechanic. And it's one of those ones that it's the soft spot game for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love the game. It's a very simplistic worker placement, but I think it's always going to hold that soft spot in my heart. And I think that's why it's always so high up on my list.
Yeah.
I'm not mad where it's ranked. It's just it's always going to be higher up on my list than other
Right.
games.
And I totally get that.
Next up from
Parks.
there is Parks, which is a really cool game that we all really enjoyed. We got an expansion of it when we were at Gen Con.
Did we get that expansion purely because it had
The New
River
River
Gorge?
Yes.
Yes, we did. That was the only reason why we bought it. Not that it's not a good expansion. It's a great expansion. It's just
We were influenced.
when you live in West Virginia, anytime West Virginia is mentioned in literally anything,
That's
you
a
want
positive
it.
light.
That's positive. You want it. And you're excited about it.
Indeed.
Because there is no state that loves their state as much as West Virginians do, but also complain about their state as much as West Virginians do, and then attack anyone who comes after their state.
I hate the white Christian nationalists that live in this state. But I love this fucking state. And the people are great.
We are like, it's like, oh, West Virginia is the worst. Someone from out of West Virginia says West Virginia is the worst. Oh, fuck you!
Yeah, I'll fucking murder your ass.
It's so bad!
And then right above Parks, we have Mystic Vale.
Which is my favorite game of all time, which is my number 4 game, just like Stone Age was your number 4 game. Catskills, that is exactly it. This place sucks and I hate it, but I will fight you. I can't help it. I love Mystic Vale. I've also learned I'm actually really bad at it. I thought I was pretty good at it until I think you bought me the game on Steam. And I have yet to win a game against the AI. Like, I don't understand.
All right. Next up on the list, we're now into...
I'm number 24. Surprises the hell out of me.
Railroad Rivals. Why does it surprise the hell out of you?
Like Railroad Rivals, I enjoy it. I just, when we play it, when we bring it to the stream, I don't feel... There's not a lot of energy when we play it. But I think all 3 of us like it. And I don't get it.
I think it's because one of those somewhat thinky games as well.
You have to think.
Because you're kind of like planning out, okay, if I take this tile and this stock kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that may be part of it. But it's one of those things where I think we enjoy the strategy of the game.
I also feel like it never fails that I'm having a down day whenever we play Railroad Rivals. I don't know what it is, but every single time we play Railroad Rivals, I'm having the most like apathetic day.
Next up on the list is number 23, which is Honey Buzz.
Honey Buzz!
I
love Honey Buzz.
This was actually in my top 10. This was my number 9 game. I'm surprised it's as low as it is for Derek, though.
I am too, actually.
I'm not good at it.
So you're saying it's Sunny's fault that you hate the game?
Yeah.
Just wanted to...
It's like the squishy components are fucking incredible. The theme is great. The card art is fantastic. I am awful at Honey Buzz.
I love the fact that I can take credit for finding that game, and it all had to do with the fact that I said, there's a game about bees, we should play it.
And we played that game very early on in the development. Like,
we did! Yeah. It was the one game that I was like, this is a game about bees, I want to play it.
Next up on the list is another one Derek's going to yell at me about. Number 22, Big Thunder Mountain.
I fucking love this game. I love this game.
For me, the reason why it is so low on my list is it felt very simplistic. But I get it. It's not. I just think it's a bad game.
But there was strategy. It wasn't simplistic.
But there's an extra added element for you and I.
I guess, but it was so good. And I guess I should just be happy it's in the 20s. But fuck me, I had it at number 7. I actually do. I think I like Big Thunder Mountain more than I like Haunted Mansion. But, like, they're both so good, and you all just put them so low.
It was 13 and... Okay, 39 was a little low for Haunted Mansion. I'm surprised it was that low on mine.
No, I screwed them both up. But Big Thunder Mountain was still higher than Haunted Mansion for me. 57 to 58.
Number 21.
They were number 6 and 7 for me, so...
Five Tribes.
Classic. Love it.
I'm a little annoyed that Five Tribes is as high up as it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like Five Tribes, but there are games on this list that I like much more that are much lower.
I like Five Tribes because it is one of the only games besides Mancala that we have that uses a Mancala mechanic.
Yeah.
and I like games that use a slightly different mechanic sometimes.
I love Five Tribes. It is not good for the stream. It is bad for the stream. But I love Five Tribes. I love having to think so many turns ahead without there being options.
How do I stop Steven from getting the cards at the bottom of the table?
Well, but for me, it's not even about that.
Can't.
I know that you're going to do it, and I can't keep you from doing it. So I have to figure out how to use every other mechanic to beat you, and it works 50% of the time. And, like, that's what... There are a lot of games out there that are heavy thinkers like Five Tribes, but for some reason they've decided, oh, this one mechanic isn't enough. Let's add 3 more so that you have to manage 4 different things to do in a game. Mm-hmm. And I hate that. But I love how thinky Five Tribes is, and I'm always going to like Five Tribes because of that.
Top 20!
At number 20, we have Dinosaur World.
I really like Dinosaur World.
So did I. It was at my number
really
11.
like Dinosaur World. I know exactly why it's as low as it is on yours. It's too much setup, not enough payout.
100%.
I know. I knew that's why it would be low on yours. But I love Dinosaur World for the same reason that I like Scythe. I like the big chunky boys.
It's too much for me. I don't get excited enough to compensate for all the other bits.
What's the new song that's out? I need a big boy, I need a big boy. That's what I'm thinking of. Everything.
At number 19, we have Tiny Towns, which is a game, again, we've never played the physical copy of the game. We've only played it on Sovereignty, but I really like the game.
I think Tiny Towns is the best game that I've never had in my hands.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's one that I'm going to pick up at some point. We just never have.
We just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Great, I guess it's cube drafting, kind of. But you get to put cubes on your board to build your little village, your little tiny town.
When it came out, 2019, whatever, when it came out at Gen Con, people went crazy over it, and I rolled my eyes. I was like, guys, it's a fucking board game. Like, there's no reason to get crazy.
The issue that we also had is, at that point, we were also really in love with Yellow.
And they had Little Town.
And Yellow had Little Town, and we got Little Town.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with the way that I was looking. Like, Tiny Towns took over Gen Con that year, and I was just rolling my eyes.
It did. I do remember it being just, like, exceptionally popular.
I rolled my eyes. I was like, there's no way it's as good as you all are making it out. But, like, getting to play it for free on Sovereignty...
It is.
It was good.
It was
I
good.
still don't think it was at... There were a lot of great games 2019 at Gen Con. And... people still went fucking nuts over Tiny Towns, and I still don't necessarily get that, but it's a great game.
All right, y'all. We're starting to get into the super new games.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So first, a game that just came out that was actually released at Essen and then officially made available to the public at PAX U. I can't talk about this game anymore. I can't, like...
You 100% ripped out the wet sheet.
You did. You were like, let's go.
Here's the wet sheet. On December the 21st, 2019, the idea for Starship Captains arrived.
Listen, there are no two people who are more excited for you than Derek and I. But yes, you really did just like pull out the...
Probably all the people that you told at PAX U.
We gave Steven a lot of shit at PAX U.
We would be walking through the aisles and somebody would be like, hey, it's Board Game House. And Steven would go, hey, I got a job at CG, bye.
That's an exaggeration.
Not by much. It was very cute.
Seppi was like, hey, guys. And Steven said, hey, did you hear I got a job at CG?
He knew I had an announcement. He wanted to know if I made the announcement yet.
Felix.
Oh, man.
Hey, hi, Dragon. Hi, Felix. Hi, Poverty Midas.
All the blood ran into my head. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
that was good.
It's one of the two new games from CGE. We played it on stream not too long ago. It was my number 8 game. It was a little bit lower on Megan and Derek's list. And I think Derek, I'll let you explain why it was a little bit lower. But
the components are great. The theme is great. I think when it was presented to me pre-release, I was expecting a lot more from this game. I also personally hyped it up a lot in my head because I was like, oh, this is Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek. This is going to be great. And the reason it's so low is just because I personally hyped it up too much in my head, and then when we played it, I was a little disappointed.
And it's actually not that low. I mean, it's mid. It's like right in the middle.
It's mid. Yeah.
It's right in the middle.
Yeah. And like for me, it was 23 on mine. So like it wasn't low. And like honestly, I think if I got another playthrough of it, it would probably be higher on my list. Because I didn't start getting the game until about halfway through. And then I was like, oh, this is really clever.
I think if somebody would have just put it in front of me instead of talking to me about it first, it would have been super high on my list.
And then above that, we have Pacific Rails Inc. Which
I think this is one of my favorite Kickstarters that I've ever bought.
You didn't buy it as a Kickstarter. I bought this.
I talked about it on the Kickstarter corner. This is one of the better Kickstarters that I have looked into. I was poor when it was on Kickstarter.
So I picked it up I think I got this at Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Pacific Rails Inc. is... I love Ticket to Ride. I know Ticket to Ride's on this list somewhere. I think this is one of the best train games out there.
And yet it was number 30 on your list.
Well, I'm sorry about that. But I do think Pacific Rails Inc., if you like trains or if you like train-adjacent games, I think this is a really unique game. I thought that the whole way you have to approach your strategy, I think, is unique in terms of board games. So,
all right, we are now going on to the next screen.
Top 16.
Yep, we're almost to the top 10.
Both games were fun. Number 16, Hunt a Killer Blair Witch. I know this game has 0 replayability, but I had such a good time playing it.
Well, and we talked about, so we drove like an hour and a half to one of their murder mysteries the other day, and so we were talking about this, and Blair Witch, we all had a great time playing Blair
yes,
Witch.
It was
Very
so
invested.
good.
It's one of those things where you literally can never play it again. And like you guys watched us play it, and now you literally can't play it.
Well, you can, but you know the answers. But it's one of those things like, and I think the thing for me that I can't, why it sticks with me so much, is the feeling that I was having like in the back of my neck as we were listening to the voicemail.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
Like always expecting something, or like.
But like also the way that my body felt when I was fucking decrypting those, when I like fully got into a zone where I was just like decrypting it, and the words were coming, and I got chills after every word that I wrote because that fucking demon thing was coming for me. Like it was the hunt. If you have the option to get a Hunt a Killer game, like if you're at a con and a Hunt a Killer has a booth, pick up something.
I so desperately want to play the second season of Blair Witch. I can hardly stand it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Gen Con, if they're back at Gen Con, I will be picking up the second season of Blair Witch because it was so good.
Next from City of Kings, we have Isle of Cats.
I love Isle of Cats. I love this game.
This was a Kickstarter that you got.
It was a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
I still haven't gotten the Kittens expansion. I'm upset about it.
This was number 10 for you.
Is it number 10 for me?
Yep.
It is number 10 for me. I love Isle of Cats. There's something about this game that just makes me incredibly happy.
And you can absolutely play it on Sovereignty.
Yes.
Having it, but the physical copy, like actually placing those puzzle pieces is so satisfying.
So satisfying. The only thing that would make it more satisfying is if it were an inlaid
Yeah.
boat.
boat. That's the only thing that would make it more satisfying.
Right above that is a game that we're going to be playing next Monday. Not this Monday, but next Monday.
Right.
Yes.
Because I think we have like 2 left.
We have several left. We have several left.
No, you were wrong. I think there's
What do you
2
mean
left.
I was wrong?
When you said that there was more than you thought there was, there actually isn't.
How do you know that?
I thought I looked it
When
up.
did you discover that?
I don't know.
I feel like
I
you are
think-
incorrect.
I think there's 2 left, but we're almost done, is what we're saying.
Yes. Great game for a legacy game. Lots of playability. Plus, there's going to be some replayability after you're done.
Yes.
So
I would like to point out the fact that Derek had this at number 15, and Derek is the reason why it took us so long to play this game. Because I had this game for like 2 years before we got to bring it out.
I don't know what to tell you.
and only, well, I guess there's a couple up there, but one of the higher ones as far as a game that you just played a lot, but still continues to rank very high on our list is Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Always.
It's always going to be that game that if somebody says, I have a bunch of non-gamer friends, I want to introduce them to board games,
Ticket to Ride.
what game should I get them? Ticket to Ride's always going to be at the top of that list. It's a simple mechanic to understand, but with strategy, and you just introduce people to a different type of game.
I just love it. Like I don't know. That is one of those games that just it's always going to rank up high for me because I do just genuinely enjoy that game.
Next up is Arch Ravels, which we got. When did we get
We got it at Gen Con.
I want to point out, at number 12, 8 of the next 12 are brand new games that we played for the first time this year.
Yes. So we got it at Gen Con. We only got it because we wanted the cryptid expansion that was going to be coming out. But we sat down and did the demo, the short little demo, and I was sold nearly immediately once I sat down because truly I had put this game off because it was not a topic that I was interested in. And then I was like, well, who wants to play a game about knitting? Not that knitting isn't cool, like knitting and crocheting, things I cannot do. I've tried. But who wants to play a game like that? And then the representation that is within the characters of the game, it is just, it's so good.
We played it on New Year's.
We did.
It was great.
And it was very easy to introduce to a new player, which was really, really nice.
Like, there's a couple games we have like this. One's not on the list because we didn't play it this year, but Chai is kind of very similar style to this.
Yes.
And I like that it takes a very... It's something where they take the theme and the mechanics and they work very well
together.
And there's a lot of times where that doesn't necessarily happen.
Yes.
And then at number 11, I think it's...
Another great game where the theme and the mechanic work really well together.
This was Derek's number 3.
Number 3, yes.
I was so surprised at how much fun I had when we played Pan Am. I loved it. I thought mechanics-wise, like difficulty-wise, time-wise, I think that Pan Am, it presents itself and lives up to the presentation in a complete and well-rounded way. I thought that Pan Am was absolutely fantastic.
But it's for me. It was one of those, because again we've talked about this many times on the stream, but I've always been one that shied away from IP games.
Yes.
Games with intellectual property, because a lot of times the mechanics and the gameplay just don't. They're trying to sell it off the name alone, and I'm not sure that I don't know if I necessarily go as far as to say this is a Ticket to Ride killer for me, but there is something about this game that is very satisfying.
It's very satisfying.
If you put Pan Am and Ticket to Ride on a scale, they would be even. I think that if you enjoy Ticket to Ride, you will enjoy Pan Am, and Pan Am takes Ticket to Ride and makes it that much more...
Does Pan Am elevate it?
Difficult. Like, it takes the difficulty level, like, for experienced players, this is a Ticket to Ride 2.0.
I hate that was good.
It was good. I was just trying not to give it any. I wasn't trying to stoke that fire.
Top 10!
Top 10. We're doing one at a time now.
Are we doing one at a time now?
Yeah.
Okay. Derek, you're the one that did the graphics for this, right?
Yes.
Okay. One at a time. Number 10. Through Ice and Snow.
This is one of three.
Is he done?
This is one of 3 games that we do not have a physical copy of, but we have played these games this year, and they were fantastic.
We played it on Tabletop Simulator
Mm-hmm.
with the he wasn't one of the creators. He was just
He's their social
he's a social guy. We love them. So
Fucking Two Tomatoes are
full disclosure, we love Two Tomatoes.
They're so much fun.
We adore them.
This is a Spain-based company that takes games in their working stages, in their building stages, and helps them finish and helps them cross the line and then helps them get production going.
But then we were lucky enough to see some of the pieces at Gen Con. They pulled them out for us, so we were able to see some of the pieces and hold them in our hands. And y'all, it's going to be good. It's going to be so good.
In case you don't remember, this is that game where you are separate ship captains that are exploring through the
Northwest Passage.
The Northwest Passage, through the ice and the Arctic Circle. You're cutting through the ice to discover a path to get from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and discovering all of the animals that exist up in the Arctic Circle and the Nanook culture that exists up there. This also had the 3 separate boards that you can use both sides so that it's different every time you play.
They also worked very closely with the Inuit.
Yep.
Was it the Inuit Society or
They actually had multiple culture people that they worked with to make sure that what they were saying was true, factual, was a true representation, and showed that culture in the correct light.
Yes, and as well as wanting to put out a piece of a game that had very little residual impact to the environment as well.
So this game, when you get it, it's not going to have any shrink wrap. It's not going to have any plastics. It's recycled cardboard. That was one of the things. When they told us that, we already loved the Two Tomatoes guys when they said, hey, we have a new game. Do you all want to play it? We had already said yes, and then they told us that. And we were immediately sold.
To be fair, though, Derek is also biased because they bought him a lot of beer at Gen
They bought themselves a lot of beer, too.
But I want to tell you my favorite moment with the Two Tomatoes was actually with... I cannot remember any of their names right now.
Alvaro?
Alvaro.
Jordy.
Yep.
Jordy, and...
You're doing great, Alex.
Alex. Nice. My favorite moment, we walked into their little meetup they had, and Alex and Greggles met. And my God, the absolute spark that,
That honestly...
happened because they're both from... the same general area, like the UK.
Alex's girlfriend is from the same place that Greggles is from, and they hit it off. And I watched them. I watched them basically hold hands and go get drinks together.
Oh my God!
And then they came back and started talking to me. It was absolutely fantastic.
So good. It was so cute. It's so good. Okay, continue.
But Through the Ice and Snow is the newest game that Two Tomatoes has had us kickstart. I don't know if it's the newest one that they have kickstarted, but they had us.
This is your number 10.
Oh, this is my number 10, and this is number 10 overall, so...
Yeah.
I just think Two Tomatoes does a really great job in general. If you remember, last year we played Peak Oil Profiteer for them, and that was another one. I can't wait to get Peak Oil, the physical copy of Peak Oil on the table. But Two Tomatoes, they're really great, but Through the Ice and Snow, it impressed all of us, obviously, to be number 10 on the list. And I think it was a mixture of the components, the care that was taken in creating and developing the game, as well as just being genuinely really well done and unique in terms of gameplay.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I always go back to is
Tuesday was one of those company that we kind of passed on because we don't play every game that people ask us to play.
Right.
There are a lot of games we just say, you know what, this isn't for us. And originally with Pico Profiteering, we almost passed on it.
We did almost pass on it because of the subject matter.
We were worried that it was. We worried that they were just taking the idea of drilling for oil and just like, oh, here's.
It made me uncomfy.
Right. But then when they presented it to us, when we sat down and played it, we realized that they were sort of playing with that idea and sort of poking fun at it.
Yeah.
And like that on top of
showing
them
the
being,
corruption within that industry.
right,
Within the industry.
that and them being great people just in general.
Highly
is
recommend.
Great.
Number 9!
Number 9.
Garden Nation. I love this game. And this was such a that looked like a neat game as we walked past, and I was like, oh, look, a table's open. We can go test it out.
We were looking at a sale across the way, and the guy was like, we're almost done with this game if you all want to sit down, and we were like,
yes.
All right, sure.
I was like, yes. I read the back of the box and was like, yes, I want to play this desperately. It's number 8 for both Derek and I. Number 26 for you. So I mean, top half of the.
And this is one where I think that I think this one suffered a little bit just from the theme. I'm not as big into that kind of a theme.
Okay.
Like,
I know. I completely understand. I'm very into this theme.
I'm just going to poke you a little bit. It's also because you lost so bad both times that we played.
You take way more stock in whether I win or lose, but I'm not you, Derek. You're the one that dictates how much you like a game based on how much you play.
We'll get back to we'll I'll say what I said in the car on the one.
But yeah, it's a cute game. I can't remember who it's by though.
Bombix.
But Bombix got bought out by a group though.
They did. That whole section got bought out.
Yeah. Something River Games or something.
But Garden Nation, we played it on stream. We actually have this one, so I'm sure that this year we're going to end up playing. We're going to end up playing this one again.
So this game, if you did not see it, is about
little people.
Little people, fairy folk who are basically they've been exiled into a backyard. Each group has a very specific ideal of what their tribe is the wrong word. What their group
they have themes that doesn't affect the game. Everybody plays the same, but each individual player has a collective that has their own theme. I played with like the cans. All of their stuff was made from
cans,
pop tops and cans and stuff like that.
It's very, very cute. It was it's an older game, I believe, that we just kind of stumbled across, and
I don't think it's that old though. I think it was like 2018 or something.
Yeah, so
maybe if that.
8.
Number 8.
Thirsty Pirates.
This should surprise no one that Sea of Legends is in our top 10.
Thirsty Pirates is my number 3.
Well, we played Sea of Legends twice last year, or 3 times. We played Sea of Legends 3 times last year, twice because we wanted to, and once because they just did a Kickstarter at the end of the year that they let us play test for free.
I love Thirsty Pirates. Like, there's just something about this game that I don't know. I love it. I love this game.
Games that are app based, I feel like this one does it best, and especially the newer app that we got to play with because we had the expansion.
The new app was great.
They've upgraded a lot of stuff. But yeah, so Thirsty Pirates.
Sea of Legends is also a game that's coming to more local game stores.
Yes.
So you're going to start seeing this game pop up in your stores as opposed to just getting it from the.
And if you see it, grab it.
Yeah, get that.
It's going to be pricey, but it's worth it.
All right. I'm going to get so much shit for this next one.
7. Terraforming.
Oh, no, not this one.
Not the next one.
The next one you're going to get shit for.
Terraforming Mars was 3 for Steven, 17 for Megan, and 11 for me. We played Terraforming Mars once physically last year, And then once I played it during the Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet.
But Terraforming Mars is one of those classics. People either really love it or they really hate it. But I love it.
All three of us love it. So this game is always going to be high on our lists.
It's one of those games that the only way this is going to keep dropping down, and like this is lower than it was last year, but it is just because of newer games that we want to play.
Newer games, yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those. If somebody's saying I want a heavier game, this is definitely a heavier game.
If you know that people have played other games and they're ready for something new, if you drop Terraforming Mars on them at the end of of playing for 3 hours, they're gonna love it.
Prelude.
Prelude is great for getting the game going.
Yeah, if you want to play Terraforming Mars and you want to feel like it actually moves a little bit better, I recommend the Prelude expansion.
All right.
This is the one I'm going to get shit for.
Number 6, Lost Ruins of Arnak. Now, don't get me wrong. Lost Ruins of Arnak was 7 on mine. It was 22 on Derek's. I really genuinely love this game. I kicked ass in the Gauntlet for this one. However, we're giving Steven shit.
This was my number one game.
I asked him if he was doing this because to kiss ass, but
although honestly, ironically, I did tell the CEO today because we had a meeting. Fuck off. That it was my number one game of the year.
Lost Ruins of Arnak is great.
It's solid. It really is.
I want us to play with the expansion.
I do too. I do want to play with the expansion. Because I hear that it's
so much better with the expansion.
Listen, I hear you. I understand it's a good game. I know why it's a good game. I can't get to everybody else's level. I can't do it. We had a conversation, and I've been trying so hard to remember who I was talking to about this. I think it was Jared and Chris from Lonely Hero. I think it was them. But like it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And I would much rather focus on that sideboard, getting the points there. To me, that's where in board games, that's where my strength lies. Doing the other things to get the points on that side track. But that somehow that doesn't get you to win. The amount of points that's in that sidetrack doesn't let you win.
Depends on who you're playing against.
I guess, but you have to do the other thing. It's just one of those things where, I don't know.
So here's my thing with Lost Ruins of Arnak, with just like staying on the same track. I love that there's so much that you can do, but it's still streamlined. It does a better job of that than, say, Champions of Midgard.
Yes.
It is a more streamlined version of Champions of Midgard.
It is a very clean worker placement.
Yes. And that's why that's why it's number 7 for me. I really enjoyed it.
To me, what game were we talking about it?
Arnak?
Oh. No. We were talking about it earlier where there are certain games that just choose to do too much.
Oh,
I think Arnak could be 2 completely separate games. You could have a whole game about just doing those monsters and have a whole game of doing that sidetrack, and they would be great separate games. But like, to me, this is one of those games where like there's really great mechanics all over the place.
Yeah.
But my brain is only letting me focus on this one.
And I think that's in general, like, this game is kind of like there's a game called Point Salad, but that's what this is. It's like you have to try to figure out where you want to get your points and generally speaking, one or the other is not going to win it.
Right. But you
have to do a good mix of both.
To me, that's the problem. Is that my brain doesn't work that way, so I don't do well at this game.
I totally get that. Totally get that.
But anyway, that's why it's 22. It's still a great game. I do enjoy the game. It's just like I don't get the people that like it so much. Like, this game came out almost 2 years ago, and there's people who are still hyping it up like it literally just came out.
Hashtag not really an ad, but I do get paid by the company. There's a new expansion coming out this year for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, surprise. You heard it here first.
Surprise.
So.
Hopefully he was allowed to say it.
Yes, they've been showing it off and talking about it. Like,
number 5!
It's going to have a new leader that has a monkey.
Oh, God. That sounds like a lot of work.
Number 5!
All right, we are in our top 5.
Top 5. Viticulture. I mean, come on, y'all. Viticulture and wine. You cannot beat viticulture and wine.
That's not true. If we get to play
doesn't-
Arcadia on stream,
No, that's true.
It
That's
doesn't.
true.
It doesn't even matter that I have lost the last 4 times that we've played this game. I love it.
I think it's because you're too drunk by the end
This
to remember that you lost.
It doesn't matter.
This
I get so
is-
drunk from my bottle of wine that it doesn't matter that I lose terribly.
Number 2 for Steven, number 9 for me, and number 18 for Derek.
Yes.
So, I mean, viticulture has been on this list since we've been doing it, and it's always been in the top 10 since we've been doing it. We all have a soft spot for viticulture.
I think as a whole, this is our favorite worker placement.
I would agree so.
Can I tell you why I ranked it so low? It's because every single time it came up on my Pub Meeple, I thought about, 1, that they almost sold out of the expansions when we were at Gen Con, and 2, how much that fucking cardboard box was when they made me think that it was actually made out of a wine box. I was just salty. I was literally just salty about my Gen Con experience with this game, and that's why it got ranked so low for me. That's literally it.
I will say, I am thoroughly excited and take full credit for the fact that Ray put on her Twitter, which she wishes she could go back to before the Papas were Loki.
That was us.
So if you haven't paid attention and you've played viticulture and you haven't looked, the Papas are Loki. Just
100%
look
Tom
at the back.
Hiddleston.
It's Tom
It's Tom
Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
It is Tom Hiddleston. So just enjoy that information. I will never let it go.
Number 4!
Number 4.
Number 4.
Brand new game this year.
Destiny.
Well, I guess it came out last year. Or
But
2021.
there's-
Technically, it came out in 2021.
There's multiple expansions. They just had another.
Destinies.
They have another Kickstarter for the
We
latest one.
We did say previously that how well Sea of Legends does an app-based game.
Mm-hmm.
Destinies does it even better.
Yeah.
Like, it is such a solid game. It is a fun gameplay. It is, you get those moments of, oh god, I gotta go. I will say the only downside to it is the fact that you do have instances where when we played the last time, whenever you were just screwed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just screwed.
But, I mean, for a game that is relatively new, to have so many expansions already is fantastic. But, like, the app-based, even if you do play it through one time, you could play with the exact same characters and still have a different game the next time you play.
Yeah, a different
Because
experience.
you choose a different. You can
Yep.
personally choose a different destiny.
Yep.
Right. So getting the base game is great. You're going to have so much to play. But then getting Seas and Sands,
Yes.
and then getting Witchwood, and then they also have Myth and Folklore. Like, this game is so good.
So good.
And so it's heavy without feeling heavy because it guides you through it.
It is definitely a game that I would be okay taking home to my family who are not heavy gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that your dad would really.
I
love
think
this
Dad would really love this. I actually think Nikki would really enjoy it. Because you have a bunch of options, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
So this was number 7 for Steven, number 5 for me, and then number 13 for Derek.
Yeah. And this will probably be the game we play next once we finish Charterstone as our
Yes,
legacy
as
game.
our legacy game.
We'll play through all the different scenarios that we have access to. This is also one that they have opened it up where community can build things
Yes.
for it. It's a lot of work to build one right now currently still, but it is available. So maybe eventually, kind of like in Golf with Friends, how you can do custom created courses, you can also do these customly created scenarios
Scenarios, yes.
as well.
Top 3!
We're in our top 3. I feel like I'm going to have to explain this one
You're
a
going to
little
have to
bit.
explain yourself.
At number 3,
Mycelium! Okay, so this game was mine and Derek's number 1 game of the year.
This was the best game this year, and Steven fucked it.
And
He
this,
fucked those mushrooms.
This is the one that I said that Steven is just mad because I beat him both times that we played it.
Steven's salty because he lost.
that's not
But-
true at all. Oh, also, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
this.
we didn't talk about this little guy.
Look what we were given.
Show him the thickness. Yeah, dude.
Throw them the thickness.
Look at that. Look at that ass.
I know, look at this baby.
If you missed it, 1, how dare you? 2, Mycelium was just on Kickstarter. It absolutely got funded. So good.
Eric or Abby, are late pledges still open on that one?
Eric and Abby were both at PAX. Every single time we walked past that fucking booth, it was full of people.
Full of people.
Full of people. It was so much fun.
We sent so many people over to their table. Like every time, have you been seeing anything good? I'm like,
just real quick.
go.
Mycelium.
If you did not back it on Kickstarter, Eric just said that they're going to be late pledges very soon. So you can still have a chance to jump in. If you did not get a chance to back it, go definitely back it.
I don't. This was number 1 on my list. And you know what? Maybe it was because we played it at the end of the year, but fuck you. It was a great game. The gameplay is great. The theme is great. The art is obviously great. I was so excited by these little mushrooms that I've yet to win this game. I haven't won this game. I still love it. And I think that speaks volumes.
It actually does speak volumes for Derek.
I'm not sure why it landed at 15 for me.
I don't know.
Like, I figured it'd be in my top 10. It's just, for me, the reason why it's a little bit lower than other games is because kind of what Derek talked about with, like, not liking the complexity. I like a very robust, complex, like, that's why it probably went down just a little bit for me, is that it was not as complicated as some of the other games.
Well, but you're also one of those luck people. You don't like when luck comes into it, and honestly, with that,
there's just enough
with
luck
the cards.
in this.
There's just enough.
But
because
for
the last time when we played it on stream, I was able to fuck you over because I knew you were winning. You were about to win, and I saw the cards, and I was like, "Nah, we got to reshuffle those." And I fucked you over, and like
but for
that's a little bit of luck that bleeds into it.
It's luck, but it's also strategy, and that's what I really liked about this one, is that it blended luck and strategy so well together.
And we played a lot of Kickstarter games this year, and for me, I genuinely believe that the best 2 Kickstarter games that we played were Mycelium and Through Ice and Snow.
I agree.
I think that those were the best Kickstarter games we played this year, and I genuinely cannot wait to get both of them
and I guess,
onto the table with the physical copies.
I'm going to put just a little asterisk next to that as far as like base games, because we did play 2. We did the Destiny's expansion and the Sea of Legends expansion.
Sure.
Yes.
But they're both expansions, not necessarily base games.
I still think that these were the 2 best Kickstarters that we played.
Mycelium is above Destiny and Sea of Legends.
Even though it was a little bit lower on my list, I'm in no way, shape, or form upset that it's where it is. It definitely should be right towards the top.
Yeah, but it should have been number 1.
All right, ready for number 2?
Yes, we're just because you 2 are in here.
That doesn't have anything to do with it.
We adore this game.
Yeah.
So much.
That'd be a question for either Eric or Abby. Is there a way to be made of it? Like, is there a email list or something so we can sign up for if they want to be made aware when the late pledges become available?
Yeah.
I would say definitely, even if it's not the case, you definitely got to go follow Abby Toads on TikTok and Instagram, because every single time I see that Abby Toads has posted, I'm hoping that it is a little mushroom in a thong with glow sticks.
Rave mushroom.
Every single time I see it, I see Abby Toads come up on my Instagram. I'm like, is this it? Is this the glow sticks moment? And it's not. But I'm still happy to see the art. But I am really waiting to see that little thong mushroom with the glow sticks just fucking going as hard as can be.
We need the rave boy. But yes, we did. This little guy was definitely the highlight of PAX.
And I'm gonna be honest. They also had one of those little baby backpacks that was a mushroom. And Megan was like, "I have to have it." And I was very glad that it was gone by the time we came by the booth the next time.
We were very poor at PAX.
But like, yeah, I mean, keep an eye on Abby's Instagram because like these mushrooms are fantastic.
Good stuff. Yes. All right. So we are into our top 2, and both of these games
Absolutely fantastic.
are in single digits for all three of us.
Yes.
So we hit top 10 on all three of us for the next two.
Number 2.
Hold on, just a second, real quick before we go. Eric said there's an email list on their Instagram, so they'll send an announcement to there. So
January
okay,
10th.
So very soon. But yes. So yes, Eric, drop a link to your Instagram so people can go follow it.
Yeah.
And get notified when the late pledges go open.
Do we want to snooze
Yeah.
that ad?
Top 2.
Top 2.
Here we go. This next game has not been on the stream.
This is the one that technically has not been on the stream.
This is the only one in the 75 that has not been on the stream, but we have now played it 3 times.
Talked about it
We've played it 3 times?
twice.
Twice. We played it twice in the last year.
And we talk about it every single time.
Yeah.
Mission Control. Y'all. Mission Control. I cannot wait for you all to get this game in your hands.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely cannot wait for you all to get this game in your hands. You are talking to, number one, someone who does not like cooperative games, who absolutely loves this cooperative game.
In fact, when we were there, Michael said that he boasts to people that he has converted non-co-op people because of this game. And it's really just because of me. And that means a lot.
We love this game. It is... It's hard to explain without having it.
Because you have 4 different people that are doing 4 different things.
Yeah.
If you can imagine the theme of, like, it's the 1960s and there's a spaceship that's losing oxygen and people on Earth have to do Sudoku related things to save that person, that's what this game is.
But there's Sudoku, there's math, and then there's, what was the one you did?
I did Sudoku.
What did you do?
I don't know. It's very
'Cause
difficult to explain what I was doing.
I killed the Sudoku board.
There were numbers, and I was playing Tetris with numbers. That sounds awful. That sounds absolutely awful. But it wasn't that bad, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then, and the other thing that always gives me high praise for this one is that the first time we played it at, when we played the full thing at Gen Con, we had that random fourth.
Yeah.
And it was, one, the guy was very quiet.
Yes.
But he got super into it.
Super into it.
We all took our picture, and then he went right back into his shell.
Yes.
But it is such a fun game that I can't wait to get it on stream. When we play it on stream, I have plans to make it really fun and interactive and stuff. So
this one was.
I still want to see if Michael's going to get us a space sheet.
I know.
I want one of those suits so bad.
This was number 5 for Steven, number 6 for myself, and number 2 for Derek.
If you remember, the first time we talked about this was after Origins 2021, so it was like June. This was the group, 3WS also does Stuffed Fables, the graphic novel. They have the first game they kickstarted was a game based on that graphic novel, which was absolutely great. It's another one I can't wait to play.
Can't wait to play it.
Oh, minis.
I cannot wait to play that game.
Cannot wait to play Stuffed Fables. But there's that one. Then they did Mission Control, which we obviously loved. We have actually already we've got our hands on. I don't know if we've played a full game of it, but we got hands-on with their next Kickstarter, which I don't know if we can talk about, but I'm going to tell you.
They were showing it.
I think they were showing it.
It's called Charcuterie. It's comparatively to the other 2 games
Very
that they've
different.
done, this is completely different. But you're basically building charcuterie boards, and the art is so simple and yet so cool at the same time.
It's so realistic.
Yeah,
Is the issue.
we're gonna try and
I
get
want to eat it.
we're gonna try and get a Kickstarter copy of that to show you all when the Kickstarter's live for that, and then
The other 2 games that we played, we probably can't talk about.
no, we can't talk about it. But
however, this one, fingers crossed, should be in stores soon.
Quarter 2.
Yes. Fingers crossed. This one should be in stores soon.
Yeah, but we have also for some reason when we met with Michael at Origins, we hit it off
We did.
For some reason, and Mike latched on to us, and that's great because we also think all those people at 3WS are great. And
they're wonderful.
We're looking to build a relationship with them. So everything that they have coming out, we're going to get to you guys as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But Mission Control co-op game that I loved is saying a lot.
Derek's number 2 game of the year was a co-op game.
Because a co-op game. If you would have told me that when we started this stream, I would have laughed in your face.
And here's what it is. If there's other people out there who don't like co-op games, there is literally no way for anyone to tell you what to do in this co-op game because they can't see what you're doing, dude. Like, that is the best part about this co-op game, is that, yes, you're all working towards a goal and you're all going to win together, but nobody can tell you what to do.
And finally,
Oh, I'm going to sneeze that again.
our number 1 game of the year. At 6 for Steven, 2 for myself, and 4 for Derek.
Not a surprise.
Flamecraft. I mean, come on, y'all. Hey, Anon, thank you for gifting that sub to iDragon. I mean, this is Kid Dragons. The babies. We love the babies.
It's not a surprise. If you've watched the stream at all over the last 3 months and you didn't see Flamecraft show up anywhere else, this was not a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more we can say about Flamecraft.
The surprise is that Ray's not a fan of it.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't like it.
That's okay.
Or is that
Whatever, we like it.
She's mad, I guess. Is the
Well, that's the thing, is that I am so big when it comes to board games about, what is for you and what isn't for you isn't for you. Like, I'm not going to judge you on that because, board games are a very personal thing. This game, man, I love it.
Well, and here's the other thing, is that the mechanic that operates this game, I'm not a huge fan of. But I do enjoy playing this game. I don't get it, but I enjoy it.
I thought, I figured you'd like this game better because it kind of has that simplified worker placement where you only have one goal.
No, I mean, but yes, that's true. But like the whole idea of collect these specific resources to pay for this thing, I personally think that can get dull. If that's the only mechanic, I think that can get dull, and it doesn't in this game.
I don't know if it's that the art and the theme really just
elevates it,
or what it is, but there is something about this game that just makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm. I think, to me, that's what it boils down to, is the art and the little toss-ins, like they're not necessarily puns, but like the
critical role,
the nods.
Oh, no, they're puns.
Right.
Absolutely puns.
Like, the whole thing just works so well. And that's what surprised me when we sat down and played it, was how well they took all of these things and they put it under this umbrella of...
Dear Dagny, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the neighborhood.
They put it under the umbrella of, here's cute dragons doing jobs.
Well, and
I was just like, all right, I'm sold.
It also lends itself to expansions. I love games that lends itself to expansions. Like, you can see, you can go, this can absolutely go in a new direction. So...
Yeah, Eric, if you get a chance to check this game out,
check it out.
Definitely
It's adorable. It's cute. We love it.
It is, to me, it is a simpler worker placement. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that makes it much more approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just the cuteness and everything just makes it...
I love a really, really good heavy game to play with you two. However, there is something to be said about a game that is approachable for...
Sure.
non-gamers.
Mm-hmm.
And
or more casual gamers.
More casual gamers that doesn't treat them like they're stupid. Mm-hmm. Still is an intelligent game. It still gives you a little bit of strategy and a little bit heavier than what you would usually introduce to someone. And that's the way that I feel about this game, because it is very... It's not a beginner game, but it's beginner friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I really, really love
That's
that
a good
about
way to put it. It's beginner friendly. And here's something else. Lucky Duck who publishes both Flamecraft and Destinies, is another one of those relationships that we have both started and fanned the flame of in 2022.
We got a Christmas card from Brie.
Did we?
Oh, did I? Yeah, I sent it
No!
Yes, I sent
Oh, yes,
the
you did.
group.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Anyway, it's one of the... Lucky Duck is one of those publishing
get a Christmas
companies
card from Brie.
that... I don't...
This right here.
They reached out to us for Origins, and then when we met with them at Origins... Well, Steven was at Origins first, and you sort of initiated the relationship. But even when Megan and I were there for one day, when we went to that booth, they jumped at the chance to say, check this out, we want you to see it. Like it's so great to be able to establish those relationships so that we can see these games and bring them to the stream. Like that's one of the things that has baffled me this year, is how easily we're able to be friendly with these people and bolster those relationships. I think it's great. I think it's good for
So,
everybody.
Eric, I know you're still working on the last Kickstarter, but do another one so we can be more friends.
Listen, our top 3 games of the year, 2 of them are by small companies. One is their first game ever, and then Lucky Duck really isn't that large of a company when you think about it.
Come up onto the zeitgeist in terms of the board game industry. Like they've just popped up.
I feel like all 3 of these games are just so solid and will be big games in the future. I have no doubt in my mind, y'all. I want Mycelium to be at Gen Con next year so bad, because I think it could truly take...
What do you think? Big blow-up mushroom just rotating atop all of the entire floor?
Genuinely...
I want Eric in a blow-up that looks like this.
Like one of those dinosaur suits.
The only problem is that this, if he did, he may look like the mascot from the Rhode Island School of Design. Look it up.
When you get into the mushrooms, they get a little phallic really fast. But I genuinely think
is Scrody.
Oh, great!
I genuinely think that Mycelium could be one of the top games of Gen Con next year. If you all are able to get in,
I hope so.
It is that solid, and I do believe that these 3 games are the top 3.
I mean, I don't want to say that we are the end-all, be-all of rankings.
We're not.
We're the end-all, be-all of rankings.
But in terms of this list, fucking solid. If you go to play any of the top 50 games on this list, you're gonna have a good time.
Yes.
I mean, the games on this list are good. Most of them are attainable.
This was a solid list this year.
Mm-hmm.
And there were several times that you can ask them, I was screaming at my phone because I'm like, I can't choose between these 2. Dude, Flamecraft and Mycelium came up and I had an existential crisis.
Obviously, you chose, though.
I chose. I did
Mycelium
choose.
won.
I did choose, and Mycelium did win. But it was... We also had some really funny moments in the car whenever we had Derek and Steven do a 1, 2, 3, say yours, and knowing it was going to be a different...
Make be like, oh, I can't choose this. And Derek and I were like, oh, that's easy. 1, 2, 3.
And it was every time it was the opposite.
I think we did it 3 times.
Yeah. And every time it was always I pick one, he picked the other.
Yeah, that is our top.
Last year, we played 75 plus games on the stream, and that is how we felt about it.
Are we going to release each of our top 10s again? And then the top 10...
I mean, we can.
I would like to do that. Do our top 10s for each of us, and then top 10 for...
I can try and do that tomorrow. So look out tomorrow. I'll post on our socials our specific top 10s. But I mean, I don't think they varied
I reckon
that much.
that is truly how I felt.
I think you should put out our
full top 10 as the stream. I don't think we need to do individual.
I think we should do individual just because we had
I'll do
so
the top
much
10
different.
for us in general, and then our individual top 10.
Yeah, because we did that for what was the was it Gen Con that we did?
I don't know.
Our top 10. Well, we did that.
Yeah, but that was
For each
we
of us?
actually just did our own top 5.
Right.
That's all we
I
did.
think that is a good plan. I want to show off some of the stuff that we got from PAX.
This is Steven's house. I don't know where
We
he
can
keeps his
find-
shit.
Okay, well,
Everything.
we're gonna run
Run
an ad real
ad
quick
real fast and
while
then
we get
I
water
got-
grab that, and we'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Well, I'll let them run, and I will stay here and entertain people that are not going to see this ad. So, hi, stream. I guess they want to show us some stuff we got at PAX, which, like I said, we didn't actually get that many games or anything. Entertain us, peasant. Oh, jeez. Okay. Actually, I don't know if I can show off this stuff because you took some of the games I bought home with you. Wow. I will not. The fool. But yeah. So, again, first of all, if it wasn't for all of you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. Like, the fact that we got to know Eric and Abby and the people from Lucky Duck, like Bree from Lucky Duck and Michael, is because you guys sit through our tomfoolery and like to learn about new games. You can do it at Dragon, but it won't happen until they get back. I'm not going to sit here in silence. But yes, so truly thank you guys. You guys have been around. Some of you have been around literally from the very beginning, for 4+ years. Well, we missed you guys too. I will be doing a lot of traveling with my new job. I'll be all over the place. Who knows? Maybe I'll be in your town at some point. But so there'll be, just keep an eye on our schedule. I know February is kind of crazy for me because I'm going to Prague for a week, then directly from Prague to Vegas, then from Vegas maybe coming home for a couple days, but then going down to like Atlanta. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling. Defish, I might actually be going through that airport for a couple of hours, but I don't know if I'm actually stopping in Denver. But I think I have a layover there actually on my way from Prague to Vegas. But I will be I'll probably be traveling about 1 week out of the month, so we'll have to see, kind of go from there.
I don't know where my dice are.
Did you find the black bag on the couch?
Yeah, that's what Derek was looking at.
That's where everything is. Like I said, I think you took it with you. I don't think I have them.
I didn't do anything.
But yeah, I will let you guys know as much as I can as far as if I'm traveling, where I'm going to be. I'm going to be probably going to Essen this year, which means I'll be in Germany for a week. I'm going to go to the UK Game Expos, and if I do that, I'm going to try to stop by and see our friend Dekatra Novorest at some point while I'm there. If I am in an area near you and you want to come say hello, absolutely, please. Let's find time. My schedule may be hectic, but I will do my best at all possible to make time for you, whether it is to say hello, to go to grab dinner or whatever. I love you all, and again, we wouldn't be here without you guys. So, what's Jexpo? Is that a Denver-based convention? Also, if there is a game convention or a toy convention or something near you, let me know. I will see if I can't get the company to pay for it.
I genuinely feel like there's definitely stuff that got put with that stuff because my dice are missing and I don't like that. So I can't find my dice. And I'm sad.
Wait, where are the big cats?
The big cats?
I got the upgrade pieces for this game.
They're probably in that bag.
I didn't see him in that bag.
They were over with wherever that game was. But I don't know if you guys took them with you back to the
We did not take him back because it didn't even get opened.
Okay.
Like we said, we didn't get a bunch of stuff from PAX Unplugged, but we got some small stuff.
I don't remember what this one is.
That's the See No Evil Community Roll.
Oh, it's the one where we have to stack shit.
Yeah.
This one's going to be really fun for you all.
So, first game I picked up is called Team 3. And how this game works is one player can see but can't speak. One player...
Shit, I forgot about Shitty Werewolf.
One player can... they can't hear, but they can speak. They can see, but they can see and speak, but not hear. And the third player can't see, but they can hear and use their hands to do things. And you're trying to make the shape, a three-dimensional shape. One person's saying what it is, the next person has to interpret it.
It's a dexterity game.
Yeah, it's a dexterity game.
Yeah, it's going to be absolute chaos.
Yeah. Next one I got is from All Play.
BoardGameTables.com.
Yes.
It's still BoardGameTables.com.
This is a trick-taking game, but it's a little bit different because the suits are known to everyone, that what you have in your hand, and you're kind of betting on how many tricks you think you're going to take. But it's another cat game, super cute. Definitely check it out.
Welcome on in, WOTSQC.
No, what's on the... Something.
I know.
Every single
What's
time.
on the shelf?
Yes.
What's on the shelf? Shelf is a very difficult word to remember.
Welcome on in, Raiders. What were you playing tonight? Tell us. And then we got Ole Guacamole.
Hilarious.
Which, okay, so full disclosure, when we went to PAX, I had exactly 1 week of health in December. So when we went to PAX, I was dealing with a massive sinus infection. And this was about the heaviest game that I could play while we were there. But this is Ole Guacamole. It is a very silly game. It is a game that Derek and I went to look at something else and happened to see somebody else.
We were doing your scavenger hunt.
We were doing the scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
There were several scavenger hunts, and it was very fun. But this one in particular was the one that stuck out to us. And it is a very simple game.
Do you want to play a round of it?
We can play a round of it. I'm so bad at it. Actually, I won the last time we played.
Basically, what this game is, the first person flips over a card, and they have to say a word that does not include the letter that they flipped over. The next person has to say a word that is related to the word that the first person says, but can't include either of the cards that were flipped over, either of those letters that were flipped over. And then it just keeps going until either somebody says a word with any of the letters or can't think of anything in the 12 seconds that you get.
15.
Whatever it is, 15 seconds you get to come up with something. It's a very simple party game, but it is absolutely hilarious because as soon as a letter comes out, you can
all you can think of.
You can only think of words that has that letter. So it is quite a time.
Who wants to go first? Look at my green hands. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
Oh, okay.
First word is taco.
Titties.
Tater. Let's
That's
go.
a big puppy.
Let's go with poof.
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 Okay. Makeup.
Makeup's Derek.
I had a word.
Lipstick. Doesn't work.
And it is now... It is now... Oh, wow. Shit. It is now...
5 seconds.
Sure.
Wait, what did you say?
Makeup.
Makeup.
Yeah, we're just
Great.
gonna.
I was at blush. I was at color. I was at eyelash. I was at bright, even.
All right.
Back to you, Megan.
Back to me. Unboxing Cuphead, Deadwood, 1876, Salem, 1692.
Oh, you got them all.
Those are the little
Yep.
book ones, right?
Yep.
Those are cute. I want the Sorcerer's Arena stuff, but I really only want them for the minis. Bra.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah. Okay, are we gonna play this correctly where you put out another letter? Because I
Are
think
you
that's
so-
actually
no.
what you're supposed to do.
I think you should come up with 2 words.
No, she's right. If a letter doesn't come out, you put out 2 cards.
Must be connected to the next player.
No.
Oh, never mind.
You said to come up with 2 words.
You must say 2 words instead of 1.
Okay. Boob and nipple.
All right. Well, you can connect to either of the 2 words that just came out, which is boob and nipple.
Mm-hmm. Titties.
Bikini.
Oh.
We're sad we missed you. Always. We were. Oh no, we were only at the Lucky Duck booth for a hot second.
For like 2 seconds. There were so many people there all the time.
Beach to Derek. Times 2.
Mm-hmm. Wave.
Huh?
Fish.
Nice. So wave or fish. C.
Taste.
Okay. All right. Okay. Salty. I get it. I
No,
get it.
you just C. Taste.
Oh, yeah, because you can do. Yep. All right. Okay.
Taste.
He really just said fuck you.
Oh no, taste.
Come on, Derek. You got it.
Balls. Taste.
Huh?
This is awful.
5 seconds.
Sure.
Taste. Teeth.
Teeth. Teeth to me. Haha, Steven.
White.
Ooh.
iDragon, no, there's a no right here.
Thank you.
You too.
You have a good evening.
Bright.
Okay.
Oh.
I was ready to give it to you. I was gonna say sheets. Also sweet for taste.
I just got stuck on the mouth.
Nope, can't be penis.
Platypus was actually the first word.
And I thought of pussy. So.
3 types of people. Hat.
Okay. Head. Eye.
Nope. Nope. Contact.
Oh, yeah. Nope, there's an id.
God. Steven.
Contact. Eye. Iris.
Blue.
Green.
Shit.
That's a skip.
Ocean.
Tuna.
Whale.
Coral.
Boy. Fuck off.
I don't know how boy matched with
Because
coral.
all I could think about was that fucking, yeah, that's the fucking meme.
What about reef?
All I could think about was the fucking meme. Fuck off.
I was gonna say clown. Clownfish. Coral.
This is upsetting. I'm so good at this game. We played this game 3 times and I'm so good at it.
The cards would say otherwise.
Every word that I have thought of as an E.
Pussy.
Poop.
Anus.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Asshole.
Damn it.
You can't say Steven, there's a P out there.
Nah, but she can say Steven. No, she can't.
I can't. I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was gonna.
E.
Oh no! I was gonna say starfish, but there's an R.
That's not fair. The chat isn't a real person.
Virginia Tech.
Hokies.
Speak. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Mouth.
Nope.
Nope, T.
Ahead of you.
Jesus.
You're still winning. Derek.
Pussy.
Cat.
Kitten. Jesus.
I wanted to say river.
That's all the letters.
All of them. Derek. Say a word.
Universe.
Space.
Uh-huh. Nope. Nope. Oh. Astronaut. That's Derek.
Yeah, you
so
pick-
Derek, you get to choose.
Oh, fantastic. Megan.
You know it's just gonna bounce back to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Astronaut. Float.
No.
No, it's
this
you.
way.
It's you.
Bubbles.
Bubbles to you.
Root beer.
Sure. Sure.
Bye to fish.
Sure. Root beer. Burger. 'Cause I couldn't say hot dog. Bye, fish.
Bye, rat bastard.
What'd you say?
I said burger.
Wow. Bun.
Butt.
I still have to say it?
Mm-hmm.
Bun. Bun.
No,
No,
butt.
you said butt. Butt.
I dragon, there's C's here.
Butt. 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 Leg. It's attached, bitch.
Soul.
Okay. Soul to Derek.
Shoe.
Heel.
Nine letters. One vowel.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I have an idea. Give me a second.
That's true. Sometimes YG.
5 seconds.
Wait, are you allowed to use like acronyms?
No.
No.
I was gonna go with doctor, nurse, ER.
You went that direction. I was like, word, paladin, cleric.
What?
Heal.
Oh.
I win.
Yes, Megan definitely won.
I win. So that's Ole Guacamole. Very simple, very easy, very frustrating.
All right, let's find someone to raid.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, I got the first win of the year.
First win of the year.
Woo!
Monday we will be back. Curse of Strahd, D&D. We're doing it. We're here. We're excited for it. There are presents involved.
There are presents.
Are we trying to do anything on Friday or not?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I fucked everything up.
Because Dewey is back in town.
Dubert.
He's gonna come play a game with us last one of the Fridays, but then we can't.
Maybe, maybe not. We will do something on Friday. We will let you know. But the rest of the schedule is set in stone. If Megan has anything else, she's going to have to skip it.
No. But I don't have anything else.
But yes, Friday, maybe. Monday, for sure. D&D. We're back at it. Curse of Strahd. I have to watch the last stream.
I also have to stream.
So,
that,
we're very excited to be back for 2023. Thank you for hanging out for our best of 2022. Our all of 2022.
Taylor was biting at the bit at the beginning of December to get back into Curse of Strahd, so she will be ready.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna raid our friends over to Olympian. So go show Thomas and friends over there some love. It looks like it's just Thomas and JC. But we love you guys, and we will see you guys either on Friday or on Monday.
We're so happy to be back.
Bye, guys.
Love each other. What happened to peace?
Bye!